Hey, what's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color, and welcome to the second episode of our brand this week, and chatting with you guys live, getting your thoughts, and just talking to you guys about what's coming out, because I want to stay better informed with the new releases that are dropping, and maybe I can, shed some light on some things that maybe some of you guys weren't aware of. So I'm going to go over to Blu-ray.com. And like I said, just go down the list. We are looking at the week of October 10th, 2023. And a lot of stuff coming out this week. Don't know if it's going to be as crazy as last week. Last week we went for like an hour and a half. A lot of good stuff coming out. Looks like this is another pretty stacked week too. So yeah, we're going to jump into that in just a second. Let me see who's popping in here. We've got Gus. Good old Gus. Love to see you, man. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much for the support. Gus is always leaving comments and super chats and super thanks, and just always there, always there. We've also got an internet user back again. Good to see you again. You were a big part of the stream last week, so thanks for popping in again. So yeah, we've got some people coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and just dive straight into it so we can get things rolling, but I will talk to you guys in the chat as you continue to join us. Thank you guys for joining me. It's always a pleasure. Switch over to the second monitor here. There it is. So we've got right here, Blu-ray.com, October 10th. First thing that is dropping, this is coming out tomorrow, Blues Day Tuesday, of course, is a Bronx Tale 4K 30th Anniversary Edition from 1993. This is Tribeca Film. I am not familiar with this movie, but it looks, it's not a gangster movie, but it stars all the big gangster guys. It's got Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. How have I not heard of this movie? But it looks to be just a standard 4K release. There is the, oh wow, gigantic, high quality image they've got here. But yeah, very 90s looking cover. I don't know if this will come with a slipcover or not. It doesn't have anything listed for the slipcover. But it does have the standard 4K black case. So yeah, a lot of people will probably be excited about that one. Big 90s film fans. That's obviously a blind spot for me because I was 1 when this movie came out. So I obviously did not catch this one in the theater. Obviously, it's a rated R film as well. But yeah, Bronx Tale. Interesting. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of that one. Alden Tuttle popped in. Hey, good to see you. He is talking about Transformers, which we will get to in just a minute here. Next one on the list is Rosemary's Baby, which is getting a 4K release from Paramount, not from Criterion. Obviously, it's not. I keep saying obviously. Sorry about that. It's not coming back to Criterion. I don't know. I guess this one's not coming back to Criterion. At least not anytime soon, because Paramount is trying to get their money out of it. So they've got this new cover for the 4K release, which is kind of this minimalist, like negative space cover, which is interesting. So you've got the demon over here, and also his mouth makes up the pregnant belly, and there's the baby carriage. Still haven't seen this movie. This has been hard to track down because it is out of print. I was trying to get the Criterion version for a long time, and it's been out of print. So maybe I should get the 4K version. What do you guys think? Let me know. Has anyone heard anything about the transfer yet? Because I know some people get early releases, and people have probably already done reviews of it, but I have not heard anything about it. So maybe that's worth a pickup, because it's, I don't know, it could be a better transfer than the Criterion, or it could just be, pretty similar. So don't know if I'm going to pick up that one. Let me know what you guys think about Rosemary's Baby coming out this week. I'm going to jump over to the chat real quick here and talk to some guys before I get moving. Like I said, we have Gus here. Very excited. Good to see you, man. An internet user here as well. Alden Tuttle says, I'm really bummed that the new Transformers movie doesn't have a combo pack. Paramount stopped doing that like a year ago or two. That is the worst. When we have like a system of organization that we're doing for a series, and then they just completely stop. I know some guests on the channel, Connor, was really angry about that a few years ago when he was collecting the Phase 1 box set for MCU, and then the Phase 2 box set, and then they never put out a Phase 3. So that sucks, man. Sorry about that. That is never fun. Gus says, I get mine tomorrow. I wonder if he's talking about Rosemary's Baby. That might be what he's talking about. Let me know. But yeah, let us know what you think of that release. Anytime, any video you want to leave that in the comments, feel free. We have another video coming out this week that I shot with Grace this weekend, which is our kickoff for our Spooktober 2023 first time watch list. So we'll be listing and talking about all the movies that we are going to try to get through this month, all October Halloween related films. And I can't wait to get that finished. I'm about halfway through editing it, so I should be able to get that up tomorrow for you guys. I want to get that out soon before we get too far into the month. Connor is here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining, sir. He's very, very vehemently angry about that Rosemary's Baby cover. He does not like it. He's not a fan, but he does like the film. He says it's a great flick. On the other side of the table is Michael Smith. He says, cool cover, but I like the Criterion cover better. I'm trying to remember the Criterion cover right now. I've seen it 100 times. For some reason, I can't think of it. All I can think of is the green one that I'm looking at right now. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to pick up the Criterion. Maybe the good thing about this is now that the 4K comes out from Paramount, the Criterion will go down in price, and I won't have to pay $50 or $60 to get that one, because it's still going for stupid prices on eBay, but I'm sure it'll go down now that there's a 4K and a lot of people will be selling their Criterion copies. I'd still like to get the Criterion version. I like the uniformity of the Criterion collection, and that kind of takes precedence over the quality, unless it's one of my favorite films, but I don't know if it's one of my favorite films because I haven't seen it yet, so we'll see. Connor Nielsen continuing to bash the minimalist poster. Sorry, man. I'm sorry it's got you so heated. Connor's hot right now. And internet user says the Criterion cover is the original poster, I believe. Well, that's the best way to go. Usually go with the original poster. I don't know. There's some rare cases where the original poster is not great and you can improve. And I like the Criterion, how they usually use original artwork, because I don't know, it sets it apart, makes it feel like a little nicer, a little more boutique release. I don't know. I like it. Gus says, I was talking about A Bronx Tale. It has an Amazon limited edition with booklet and art cards that don't come with the standard edition. It's $5 more. Well, that is not bad. Only $5 more for a limited edition and a booklet. I am a sucker for a good booklet. So yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if it'll probably be on this list. The limited edition of The Bronx Tale. That's one thing. If I could critique Blu-rays.com's site for a little bit, I wish they would put all the editions of one film next to each other, because they have them all mixed in. So you got like Bronx Tale here, and then down at the bottom again. We ran into the same thing last week, but hopefully we can get a little next release here, which we talked about briefly last week. This is Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. So last week we talked about several 4Ks from Disney, but those were all re-releases. Someone let me know in the comments afterwards that those were all re-releases, but this is not a re-release. This is the first time ever we're getting Snow White and the Seven Dwarves on 4K, which I'm very excited about because, like I mentioned before, one of my favorite top 5 Walt Disney Animation Studios films. For me personally, I love this one. This is a classic. It's one I grew up with, and I think it still holds up, and I watch it with my kids to this day. There is the front cover. I should have pulled down, I can grab it, the Cinderella here. So we've got very similar artwork, same template they're using for Cinderella. They've got the main character with kind of a collage of images from the film inside her dress. If it looks as nice as this one, I'll be very satisfied, because this is a very nice slipcover, and it looks like they're going the same route with the Snow White one here, and it's called the Ultimate Collector's Edition. They've already changed the banner at the top, but I don't know why we can never keep banners at the top consistent. So with this one, we've got the white banner, and then immediately with the second release, we've already got a completely different banner. I'm okay with it because this one's better. I mean, it looks a little nicer than having a big white bar across the top, so I guess that's okay. Learning from their mistakes, but it's so weird that we can never keep that stuff consistent. And we'll show you the back. There it is. Not bad, not bad. Seems excessive, the amount of type we have to have here at the bottom. Half the back is completely covered with obnoxious text. And then it says we have an image of the slip, which is the same as the cover. So there we go. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Very excited about that release. Hopefully, I can scrounge up some spare change and pick up a version of that, because I would like to see how that one looks. The Cinderella one looked great. Next up, continuing on the 4K train. There's so much 4K coming out right now. This is another 80s film getting a 4K treatment from Shout Factory, which we talked a little bit about last week with that Demon series that kept coming up. This is Pumpkinhead 4K, which sounds very appropriate for the season. I don't know what Pumpkinhead is. I've never heard of this series, but it's got a very cool, I'll pull the cover up here. It's got a nice black spined slipcover. There's your Scream Factory logo at the bottom there. Very cool artwork on the front. I kind of think the film itself is not as cool as this artwork is, but who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. This is Pumpkinhead. We'll show you the back here. Oh, wow. Wow. Maybe I'm wrong, because that looks like a really cool prosthetic, I guess, costume design. Look at that guy. He's like is he a skeleton or is he an alien? What is he? Is he a pumpkin monster? He looks really cool. Wow, that looks like a lot of fun. Let me know if I have anyone in the comments or in the live chat. Please let me know if you've seen Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead. When a group of teenagers inadvertently kill his only son, Ed Harley seeks the powers of a backwards witch to bring the child back to life. But instead, she invokes Pumpkinhead, a monstrously clawed demon. Okay, lust. Wow. Okay, a demon that takes the form of a pumpkin head. 4K release from Shout Factory. Quality stuff. Of course, that's going to be, well, it's actually $40, but it's on sale right now for pre-order for $29.99. Let me know, all my pumpkin heads in the audience, who's excited for that one. Next, continuing with the horror theme, all of these, well, not all of these. I don't know. I don't think Bronx Tale is an October movie, but next one coming out on October 10th is Videodrome, which we talked about on the channel when Criterion announced it. This is a 4K release of Videodrome. Let me know if you guys are excited about this one, because I know this one already got a 4K release from Arrow, I believe, and it looks really nice. Like those Cronenberg box sets that Arrow's been releasing are beautiful. And but you know, the Criterion packaging for this is amazing too. It's got the video VHS color bars here down at the bottom, and I think the spine also looks like a VHS. So it's a really cool release. I'm sure they're going to release it with the same digipack packaging that they released the Blu-ray, and this is the 4K version. So you can get all those gruesome, violent details in crisp, high definition, very, very high definition. So I still have not seen this film. I don't own this film, so I don't think it's not like I'm gonna be upgrading, but eventually when I do check out this film, I will be able to get the 4K version, because I know a lot of people are big Cronenberg fans and they'll be excited about that. So maybe pick it up next month in the Criterion sale. Videodrome 4K. Exciting stuff. Let me jump over and talk to you guys real quick. What do we got? Okay, Connor says Dopey is my guy. Connor also a big Snow White fan as well. Big Dopey fan. I hope they do him justice in the new reboot for you, sir. I hope they do him justice. Alden also says Dopey was the real hero. a lot of Dopey fans in the audience today. Pumpkinhead for a while now, but I gotta snag the recent 4K of Nightbreed when I get paid next. Nightbreed and Barbie, that's a party. Yes, sir. Barbie coming out not this week, I think next week, maybe? Yeah, we got a lot to talk about next week as well. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Connor, because we've got a lot to talk about this week. Michael Smith says of Pumpkinhead. Okay, yeah. We might be waiting for a long time, but who knows? That could be a masterpiece, and I'm gonna look like a fool sitting here joking about it. Next up, we've got Bran Tar. Well, welcome back. Contributor, contributor to the channel, Bran Tar. He's usually leaving comments. So thank you so much for all you do here. Lengthy comment here. Hey DJ, I definitely want to get the Rosemary's Baby 4K. Hate that I missed out on the Criterion Blu-ray. I thought about getting Kill Bill 1 and 2, but I feel like 4K editions might come out soon. Yes, we'll get to that in a minute. Now, I didn't even realize that those were only Blu-rays. Are they not 4Ks? That is, they are. Wow, that is crazy. That is so weird. Why are they re-releasing those on Blu-ray and not 4K? That seems strange. That's always strange to me these days, when you get like really nice brand new releases that are only on Blu-ray when everything's getting 4K. It's like that's the same problem I have with Criterion right now. It's like I don't want to buy a lot of Blu-rays because I never know which ones are going to come back on 4K very soon, right after I bought it. We've already done a whole video on this where I ranted about all the 4Ks that came out right after I bought the Blu-rays. First world problem. Yeah, let me know if you do end up picking up the Rosemary Baby 4K. But like I said, maybe the Blu-ray will go down once the 4Ks come out, and you can get the Blu-ray that you always wanted. Unless, I don't know how important quality is to you. Last one here before I jump back to the new releases is, speaking of Cronenberg, I hope his film History of Violence gets a release down the road. That would be really cool. I might be conflating that with something. Isn't a History of Violence based on a comic book? I might be confusing that with something else, but I feel like that's thrown around in forgotten comic book. That was a Cronenberg film. But yeah, like I said, I might be mixing it up with something else. Alden Tuttle says, Baby Driver Steelbook deserved better. Is that only a Blu-ray? Has Baby Driver got a 4K yet? It might have a standard 4K. I don't own it on 4K. I only own the Blu-ray, but that is one of my favorite movies. Easily top 100. Love Baby Driver. Watched it again recently, actually. Let's get back to the news over here. What do we have? Next up, we're going to the second row. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. I did not see this. I haven't seen the last 3 Transformers movies, I don't think. But they have an audience, I think. I don't know if this one had an audience. I don't think it made that much money. I don't even think it made the top 10 of the summer. But we got 4K, Ultra HD, and digital from Paramount Pictures. Whew, a whopping $38 list price, but it's on sale for $29.99. Pretty generic blah cover. Don't like that at all. It is just all the Transformers standing next to each other in a group shot with humans stuck down there. Super fun, under the radar, at least in the circles that I run in. There's a slipcover. It's got a pretty nice black 4K spine. We'll be talking more about Transformers here in a second. Actually, let's go ahead and jump into those. I'll skip to those because, like I said, I hate having to jump around. There's also the standard Blu-ray version with the same artwork, which is probably a little cheaper, $24.96 for the pre-order price. So not bad. And then there's also a Steelbook of the film, which I'm assuming is a Best Buy exclusive. The place I can find Steelbooks is at Best Buy. But yeah, Steelbook 4K. This has got a 4K Blu-ray and digital, so you get all 3 formats with the Steelbook, and it's not bad. It's pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't really go with the film at all. I don't know why it's got like a graffiti inner city look with like a scaffolding here on the side, but it's kind of cool. Maybe if I've seen the film, I'll understand that cover a little bit more. Let's see. We got the front. We got the back. Okay, so the back. Okay, there we go. The back is Optimus Primal? Is that his name? I don't know. I watched a few episodes of Beast Wars when I was a kid because that was on TV when I was a kid, because I'm old. But there it is. Till All Are One. Same graffiti type New York City look on the back, and then slip, which I'm assuming they're just calling the profile view, because I don't think this comes with a slip cover. Maybe it does, but it's not showing it here. Just a standard Steelbook. I don't know if anyone is excited about that, but let me know in the comments if you are. Like I said, I'm way behind on the Transformers franchise, so I'm going to move on to the next one here, which is another franchise, or not a franchise, but another genre that I'm not a huge fan of, Megan, which is a horror film, a slasher film. Specifically, slasher films is something that I cannot get excited about. So when you watch that October video of the movies we're going to get through this month, you won't see a lot of slasher films on there, but this is a 4K release of Megan. Now you have to let me know if this is the first 4K release of Megan or if this is a re-release. I'm not sure, but it is just the standard 4K case. Looks to have a slipcover, at least in that artwork. And you've got the back, which is, pretty standard. Nothing crazy about this release, but it is nice that it's getting a 4K, and it's pretty cheap. It's only $30 list price, and it's on sale for $22 right now on Amazon. So not bad. Not bad if you're a big fan of Megan. That might have been one of the ones that didn't get a 4K release last year that people were up in arms about. And here is a second edition of that. This is the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook for Mithrigan, and it's got the front cover right there. It's a tiny front cover. Oh, look at this. Okay, we've got an overview. So there's the front. Nice looking purple Steelbook. I might have to buy it just to fill out my purple section a little bit more back here. Not sure if I'll like the film or not. Maybe I will. Maybe it's got a little big of a reach than slasher fans. Maybe I'll enjoy it. I think it's supposed to be kind of funny and like self-aware. There's the back. You've got the little diagram of the Megan doll on the back next to the full image, and then on the inside you've got the user manual on the left there, and then some nice artwork on the back. So pretty cool Steelbook overall. I like that the front of it is made to look like a package for a toy, kind of like the Buzz Lightyear look. So pretty cool that they're getting a Steelbook release of that for the people who are excited. I think it's supposed to come out tomorrow, but yeah, I don't have a price to share yet. So maybe check back tomorrow, or check your local Best Buys, or maybe check bestbuy.com. Bestbuy.com probably has the price already. Let's jump over here and talk to you guys for a little bit as I do this balancing act. Michael Smith, unless one has a high-end system, I don't think the 4K versions are significantly better to worry about a title getting upgraded. I just haven't been that impressed with them so far. Yes, I felt the same way. Honestly, I think a lot of people do. Until recently, I do have a pretty nice setup now in the new house. So we've got the 100-inch theater screen downstairs, and we've got the 4K projector and the 4K player, which and it actually does make a significant difference. But you have to have a big enough screen. Like if you have like a 50, 60, 70-inch screen, I don't think it makes any difference. I think it has to be like difference. I actually noticed the first time I really noticed the difference was, and it wasn't even a disc, it was just streaming. I was watching Elvis for the first time way back at the beginning of this year, and my internet was really bad for some reason. So the internet kept dropping. So then I was watching it on HBO Max or whatever it was streaming on. And I was watching it in 4K, and it kept freezing and stopping. And I was finally just had enough with it. It was like 6 or 7 times. I finally said, fine. And it gave me the option to downgrade it to HD instead of 4K. So I could literally see it in real time, switch from 4K right down to HD. And I could tell the difference. And that's just streaming. That's not even the disc, which is supposed to be quite a bit better, or a little bit better than streaming. So I can tell the difference. The place you can tell the most difference is like with the credits and if you have like subtitles on or something. Anytime you see text on the screen, you can really see the crispness of 4K text versus HD text, which is all picked on. If you ever want to like check to make sure there's actually a difference, go to the credits and look at those, because there's a pretty big difference there. Internet user, yes, a history of violence is based on a comic. Okay. I thought I was right about that. I don't know why I was hedging so much. I didn't want to look like a fool. But yeah, that's the one I've heard about. It didn't mind. That's why I was second guessing myself. That's really cool. Bite 19. I don't recognize the name. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying the content. Thanks for your contribution. Pumpkinhead came out the same year as They Live and Child's Play. It is a classic. It looks fascinating. I can't believe I've never heard of Trick or Treat and other like really Halloween looking horror films that you would watch every year. But yeah, Bite says, hey, welcome, man. Welcome. Love to talk to you. Alden Tuttle, Transformers 6 has a New York opening, but for the most part, it takes place in Peru. Yes, Optimus Primal. So yes, I guess they were going off the New York opening, or maybe they just had a cool idea for the cover art and they didn't really give too much thought to it. But yeah, I remember a lot of it taking place in Peru, which was kind of interesting to me, honestly, to get a change of scenery with some jungle scenery. see some Transformers in the jungle. Don't know, like I said, how that film was. Bite still talking about Pumpkinhead, or maybe he's talking about Megan. That's not technically a slasher flick, and yep, first time in 4K after the blue has been out for months. Okay, so that was, I thought I remembered people complaining about that and a few other films, like, you know, Megan and a few others that got only Blu-rays and never got 4Ks. That was a big problem last year. Hopefully that's being corrected this year. I think companies are starting to realize the need for physical media again after streaming's not panning out, and people like us have been very vocal online about wanting 4K releases. I know the big ones last year were, or the big non-horror ones that I was aware of last year were the Banshees of Inisherin. Didn't even get a 4K. All we got was the Blu-ray. We just got this standard Blu-ray crappy Disney release, bare bones, and I actually went online and bought this custom slipcover from a seller on eBay that makes it look quite a bit better. But yeah, the fact that we didn't get a 4K release for Banshees of Inisherin is a crime. One of my favorite movies of last year, probably my second, I think it was top 2, top 3. Love that movie. Hate that we didn't get a 4K. Another one that we didn't get a 4K for last year was the dinner. Oh gosh, I'm never gonna remember the name. It was the dinner party one about the like psycho chef where everybody. I don't want to spoil what happens, but what is that movie called? You guys will let me know. But yeah, we only got a bare bones Blu-ray of that one too. Alex also says it's the first 4K release of Megan. A lot of people are pretty mad because it just came out on Blu-ray earlier this year after being in theaters in February. Oh wow. So they just finally got the Blu-ray. See, that's what I'm worried about with Banshees. I'm worried they're, you know, gonna come back and release a 4K right after I paid the money for the Blu-ray, but so be it. Maybe I'll rebuy it. Maybe I won't. Maybe the Blu-ray's good enough for that one. But that's, yeah, sorry for the people that just broke down and bought the Blu-ray and then had to upgrade to 4K. Bite says, long-time listener, first-time caller. Awesome, man. Good to finally hear from you. I love this, not just to keep up to date with things that are dropping, but also get a little more interaction with you guys. Because I know it's, you know, I ask you guys to leave comments at the end of every video, but sometimes, you know, people don't want to go through the hassle. But it's nice to just. It looks like the Criterion Flash sale won't be until next week or the one after, which is good because I want to get Freaks. That is a good point. And for me, I don't have any money right now, so as long as they want to hold off the flash sale, good. Keep postponing it, because I don't want it to happen right now, because I'll be sad because I won't be able to pick anything cool if they held it off. Big thing, I usually wait until a November sale to pick up all the releases from July to November, but that I don't want to buy that in November. I want to watch it in October. That's the whole reason, man. I want to see. I want to be in the mood to watch Freaks, in the Halloween spooky spirit. But the good thing is, if you do have the Criterion channel, Freaks is streaming on there. So maybe just watch it on there in October and then pick it up in the November sale after the fact. If you can't afford it right now. Let me see. The Menu. Thank you. That's what that movie was called. The Menu. Everyone's shouting The Menu at me. Thank you, guys. Oh, no. Michael Smith says, I'm buffering from time to time. Is it... Let me know if it is a... Can you still hear me? It might not... Because it could be a streaming issue if you can't hear me. But if it's just the visuals, if it's just the video... It might not actually be a connection issue. It might just be OBS, which is the software I use to record. It's been bugging out on me lately. It's been giving me some issues. Last couple of videos, you noticed it kind of freezes a little bit, where the audio still sounds fine, but for some reason my machine's not able to handle the video. So sorry about that if that's happening. I thought I had it fixed, but it might still be doing it again. But at least you can hear me. Hopefully you can still see what I'm showing off. Let's jump over here again to this. I'm excited. I say I'm excited. I like Wallace and Gromit. I didn't grow up with Wallace and Gromit, but I did recently go back after I had kids and caught up on Wallace and Gromit. But I just finally broke down and bought this, which is the Wallace and Gromit Complete Collection, which actually goes for pretty expensive if you want it with the slipcover. I think you can get it on Amazon for like $30 without the slipcover, but I wanted to get the original slipcover with it, so I had to be patient and wait. I eventually got it off of eBay. One of my family members got it for me for Christmas, so I didn't pay anything for it, so I guess no harm, no foul. But it sucks that I just finally bought this last year, and they're releasing this new Wallace and Gromit, the Complete Cracking Collection, which I guess includes a new... Whoa, that's enormous. I'm not going to look at that one. It includes a new short, which I didn't know that they made. So it's got... this one's got a matter of loaf and death, a grand day out, the wrong trousers, and a close shave. And this new one includes all of those same shorts, but it also includes cracking contraptions. So that seems to be a new short that they just did maybe this year, maybe last year, which is a bummer, because that's probably the only way you can get that short on physical media is that release. And now I already have this release. So maybe I'll try to sell this one, pick up that one. That one doesn't... Oh, it does have a slipcover. Okay. Interesting. And that's a Shout Kids release. So that's a bummer. I might have to try to sell this one on eBay and pick that one up so I can get that last short. And it looks like a nice release too. And it's only $16.98 on Amazon right now. Whew, that's not bad. Man. Oh well. Like I said, I didn't pay for this. I got it as a Christmas present, so not too bad. But that's really cool. If you haven't picked up any of the Wallace and Gromit shorts yet, Shout Factory's putting out that one with all 5 shorts on it, which is just a standard Blu-ray release, Region A. So that's really cool. Wallace and Gromit. I also saw that they just released a new Chicken Run film this year, or not a film, like a short film sequel about Chicken Run 2023. I think it's coming out this year. So Aardman Studios getting back in the game, dropping a lot of stuff this year. Wallace and Gromit. All right, next up, we've got some more horror stuff that I'm sure people will be excited about. It's nice that they are, coordinating all of this with October. This is a Disney Buena Vista release. The Boogeyman, Blu-ray and digital. This is a brand new film, 2023. And there's the front. From the mind of Stephen King. So this is based on it's either based on a Stephen King book or short story, or maybe he helped with the script. I don't know. The scariest horror film of the year, says Matt Donato from IGN, if you want to take that seriously. But yeah, just a standard bare bones, just like I was saying with the Banshees release, standard bare bones Blu-ray release of that film. Don't know much about the Boogeyman. Oh no, it reset me all the way to the top. Let's scroll back down here. And then let me pop over here to you guys. Oh, what? Wow. I'm not even sharing my screen. Apologies. That was the Boogeyman. There it is. There's the front. From the mind of Stephen King. Standard bare bones Blu-ray release. Hopefully I was sharing my screen when I talked about Wallace and Gromit. I probably wasn't even sharing it back then. But real quick, I'll show you. There it is. It's got a nice orange slipcover, similar to the one that I have. And it's got all 5 shorts on there. I like the little sketches behind them, which is very cool. It's a really nice release. I have no complaints about it. My only complaint is that I just bought the last release right before it came out. But it looks good. Now let me jump back over here. I'm about to watch Rogue One to get ready for the Creator tomorrow. I'll watch this later. TTFN. Oh, of course. This will be online after the fact. So anytime you guys want to watch this, I will not take it down. But good to have you here, Alden. Hope you enjoy the Creator tomorrow. I have not seen Rogue One since the theater, but the Creator looked interesting. I did want to check that out. I've heard good things about it. So maybe I'll get to see that. An internet user, I've seen Freaks over the weekend, and I honestly wouldn't describe it as a horror. It's more of a drama. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I was listening to someone talk about it on the Criterion channel, and they said there's not really any horror in it until like the very end. And it's mostly just Browning like commiserating with the freaks and kind of paying respect to them because he came from circus himself, and he I think it's like about a family of circus freaks. So yeah, it sounds really interesting. I actually am very excited to check that one out this month. Michael Smith, hot take. I'm not a huge Scorsese fan. I really like a handful of his films, but many of his top films just don't blow me away. Yeah, that is a hot take. I don't know if I share it because I just haven't seen a lot of Scorsese myself. I still got to play catch up. I've seen After Hours, and I absolutely loved that film. I love Hugo, which I also obviously have seen. And then the third film I've seen from him is Last Temptation of Christ, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but I do want to give that one a second watch now that I've seen After Hours, and that was made about the same time period. I know a little bit of the history there. But yeah, I've got a lot of Scorsese to catch up on, so maybe I'll agree with you in the future. I don't know. I'm just so behind on that. Michael Smith says Browning, director of Freaks, is from my hometown. That's awesome. That's really cool. I love when things line up like that. I've had a couple of those. We film a lot of stuff here in Atlanta, which is where I'm from. So I've had that a little bit, but I haven't had like a director who's from my hometown. I don't think so. Let's keep moving on these news releases here. Hardboiled 2, The Last Blood Blu-ray is coming out. This is a Japanese release. I don't know what studio is releasing this. Oh, this is 88 Films. 88 Films is a boutique label that I have not jumped on board yet, but I know they put out a lot of international films, a lot of Hong Kong films, and Asian cinema in general, I believe. I hear a lot of good things online about 88 Films, and that looks like a really cool cover art. It looks kind of like an Arrow release cover art, which is a good thing. Arrow puts out, top quality stuff. I assume that's a slipcover, but yeah, looks really nice. Is this a 4K? This is just a standard Blu-ray, Region A, available on Amazon right now for only $22.99. If you're into the Hardboiled series, this is Hardboiled 2, which I have not heard of, but it looks like an action series. I don't know exactly what country it's from. I cannot see that listed. Oh, Cantonese. Okay. So the audio is in Cantonese. So that's a Hong Kong film, I'm assuming. After Red Army terrorists critically wound donors of the Holy Leader's rare blood type. Interesting. Wow. That is quite the premise. And then we've got a big fan favorite. Friday the 13th is getting a 4K limited edition Steelbook from Paramount Pictures. And you got your 4K and your Blu-ray and your digital. All three. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, and it's got a lovely slipcover. So I was initially turned off by that slipcover because I was like, that's not that cool. But it has different artwork underneath, which is cool. So if you got two different ways to display it, two different options there, different look on the slipcover itself. And there you go. There's the front. There's the back. There's the slipcover. Everything you need to see. We can get a closer look at that artwork. I'm sure that's some kind of reference to the film that I don't get because I haven't seen it. I know. Shame on me. But there's the front and slip. There's the spine. See, I love when they show the spine like this. Everybody should show the spine when they're advertising their stuff, just so I can see exactly what I'm buying before I release it. But there you go. Friday the 13th. We've already gone over Transformers. Now here we go into the hold on. Here we go into the Tarantino releases that are coming out. So someone mentioned at the top of the show that we were getting Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. We're also getting Jackie Brown in these lovely slipcover editions. You've got this lovely black and gold color scheme. Jackie Brown, a film by Tarantino with all the cast right there at the top. So that looks really nice, but why is Lionsgate putting out this on a Blu-ray DVD combo pack in 2023? Why is it not 4K? I'm sure there's a reason for it. I'm sure there's like some restoration that Tarantino is still working on and it's not ready yet or something, but it seems weird to put out a Blu-ray release unless they're intentionally trying to get us to double dip and pick up the Blu-ray and then release the 4K later, which seems a little shady, but it's only $17, so not bad. You can get it for Amazon right now, $17, and it is a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital triple format edition. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Pop Culture 33 popping in. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Let me pull up your comment here. Jealous over your Donald Duck Volume 4. Been on the hunt for that, but don't have the bank. What eBay often asks for. Exactly, dude. It is crazy what those are going for. All of them are pretty reasonable, except for the Chronological Donald Volume 2 and the Chronological Donald Volume 4. For some reason, those go for like, well, goes for $250 and Volume 4 goes for like $400. Like the standard release for that is $400. I luckily found someone who's trying to sell it quickly, and it was way lower than that because I was not going to pay $400 for that. But I did really want to get it, especially before my kids get too old, because we like to watch those classic Golden Age Disney shorts together. So I wanted to have it waiting around and then finally get it, and then they're not really interested in shorts anymore. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully they continue to watch shorts with me until they get old. I hope they don't resent me and turn away from physical media. That would be a crushing blow, but I don't know. I think they're enjoying it and we're having a good time with it. So I'm glad I picked it up. And there's one of the big reasons I picked it up is because we like to watch Halloween. There's some Halloween ones on there that I wasn't able to watch last year because I didn't have Volume 3 or 4, especially Donald Duck, because Donald Duck really was the star like in the later 50s and 60s. Mickey Mouse kind of died out, and most of the cartoons are Donald Duck cartoons, so that's why he gets 4 volumes, and Mickey Mouse has 4 volumes too, but 2 of them are black and white. So the black and white era into color was mostly Mickey, and then Donald gets his time to shine after the Mickey cartoons stop. A lot of the later ones are Donald, and they do some Halloween ones later on that I wanted to get to, and we'll crack out this year for the first time and watch with the kids. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, sorry to rub that in your face. Not trying to, but I was just excited to talk about it because I just finally tracked down a version of it. Let's see. Brantar, I spent too much on the Friday the 13th Scream Factory box set to upgrade. Okay, yeah, I've seen that. So people are big fans of the Friday the 13th. Didn't they release like a big, gigantic box set, like outrageously wide box set of just all the films? Now, is that only a Blu-ray set? Did that not include the 4Ks? Because that's a bummer. So people are going to have to start upgrading the 4Ks. Hopefully they don't continue to do all of them, because that would be brutal. But that set is gorgeous, so don't feel bad that you have just the Blu-ray, because that set looks really nice. Michael Smith, they make it look like a 4K too. Pretty sure I've heard 4Ks are on the way. Yeah, so that yeah, they totally do that. I thought, because before you said that at the beginning of the stream, I thought the Jackie Brown and the Kill Bills were obviously 4Ks. Why wouldn't they be? They even make them like black and gold, like you said, but I guess they're Blu-rays, so maybe hold off on those. Don't pick those up, because like you said, they're probably releasing 4Ks very soon. Alex Mest, don't recognize the name. Welcome. It's especially surprising that Jackie Brown and Kill Bill aren't 4Ks, considering the fact that Lionsgate is one of the best studios when it comes to releasing their catalog on 4Ks. Exactly. That's the first thing I thought of. Like, they've been killing it with the 4K, especially the 4K Steelbooks at Best Buy lately. They've got the Rand 4K Steelbook, all of those 4K Steelbooks with the slipcovers that they've been releasing lately. The Machine one, they've just been killing it with the 4Ks lately. I don't know why. I mean, maybe they have 4K Steelbooks coming out for Kill Bill 1 and 2 and Jackie Brown, because that would be awesome. But yeah, maybe hold off on these ones. Abdulrahman. I'm butchering your name. Apologies. But Jackie Brown is my favorite hangout film. That's good to know. Good to know. I have a buddy of mine on the channel, Connor. Some of you are familiar with him. His favorite genre of film is hangout movies. He absolutely loves hangout films, so I'm sure he's seen that one. But I've never heard that one described that way, so that's interesting. Good to know. Michael Smith, the Friday the 13th set is still available, and it is only Blu-ray. Okay, wow. I thought for sure that box set would be out of print by now, but that's really cool that it's still available. WW2 was the reason Donald became a star. Disney didn't want Mickey in politics, so Donald was used so if the war films weren't successful, they can write him off, but it made him a star. Thank you for that background. I knew a little bit of that because Leonard Maltin talks a lot about the history of the studio on those DVDs, which is one of my favorite parts of those DVDs, that he was so involved and that you can learn so much by listening to him. But yeah, there's a lot of, because I also have this one here, which is called Walt Disney on the Front Lines, which has a lot of the shorts. Yeah, there he is right there. Donald is right on the back. with a rifle in his hand. So they definitely used Donald a lot to do kind of the war bonds. They did a lot of shorts during this period to sell war bonds. There's even like a 7 Dwarfs one, I think, that I haven't seen yet. But there was a lot of stuff made during World War II with Donald Duck. And that's where the big famous hit song Hop on Your Pogo Stick comes from, which I did watch that one, which is, I think, on this disc as well. But there's a ton of shorts. I still haven't seen all of them, but I do need to get to volume 3 and 4 because I haven't finished those yet. But thanks for that background. And Michael Smith says the Rand Steelbook is sweet. Yes, it is. One of maybe my favorite Steelbook to date. I don't know, the Dragon Slayer one's pretty cool too, but I did do a video where I went over the Rand Steelbook, and it is just beautiful. It's gorgeous. Let's jump over back to the news here. See, this is what I was talking about earlier where they break things up. So we've also got a Bronx Tale on Blu-ray. Same exact artwork. No need to open that one up. But same film, just the Blu-ray release. And then we've also got Pumpkinhead coming back. And good grief, this release looks much better. Well, I don't know. I don't know about better. The artwork on the other one was pretty cool too. But this, and it's got some very different colorful artwork on the front. I wish we could see what the back looked like. But all we've got is this front image, which is pretty sweet, I gotta say. There he is, Demon Pumpkinhead himself. Apparently a classic. Cool. Look at the screenshots. That looks pretty cool. All right, so there we go. We've got Pumpkinhead in 4K. Shout Factory doing great stuff, as always. And that is the 4K and Blu-ray, so you get both versions in that one. I don't remember if the standard 4K also had the Blu-ray in it. Maybe it did. Oh, it doesn't look like it does. So yeah, if you want to get both versions, definitely get the Steelbook. And I don't know if Shout Factory does slipcovers on their Steelbooks. I don't think they do. I think that is more of a Lionsgate thing and other things. But I know Lionsgate's doing the big push for slipcovers on their Steelbooks right now. And then we have The Dead Mother from Radiance Films. If you haven't checked out Radiance Films yet, give them a look, because I believe they're a UK release. Maybe not. Maybe they do sell stuff in America too. But I've been looking at their site lately. I think Ethan Cohen, or no, I always say Ethan. I don't know why I do that. I think it's Elliot Cohen, who is, everyone knows him. He's a huge physical media YouTuber. Love his stuff. Puts out great work. He's been doing a lot of spotlights on Radiance Films lately. And the stuff they're putting out is so cool. I really want. He just did a video about this box set from the director of Il Sorpasso. It's 3 Italian comedies by the director of Il Sorpasso. And I just watched Il Sorpasso with Grace, and I loved it. It was an incredible film. One of the best things I've watched this year. And it is in that trilogy with 2 other films by the same director, and it's a lovely, gorgeous box set. I wish I had that pulled up. I didn't realize we were going to be talking about Radiance Films tonight, but this is another release. Okay, Blu-ray, and it is Region A. So apparently they do put out Region A stuff. I thought they were mostly a Region B company, but I guess not. I guess I was wrong. But these are very nice releases, and I love their site because they do put all the angles of the packaging, like I said earlier, where you can see the spine, you can see the back, you can see the front, and they do a really good job. They have some really nice, like I said, that Italian trilogy box set looks really good. It's like a nice hard box set, like an Indicator box set that you would get. So I really wish I could afford to get that Italian box set right now, because I really want to check out Radiance Films. They put out some really good stuff. They use the same cases as Criterion, as you can see. So they've got the clear cases that go all the way to the top and bottom. And a very cool boutique label that's just hopped on the scene, and I think they're putting out quality work. I don't have any in my hands yet, but I'd love to get some, because film La Madre Muerta, but it looks kind of is it about a clown? I need to look into this one. Let me mark this. Like I said at the end of the last show, I need to start making a list at the end of each show. I think I'm going to start adding these to which ones I need to add to my Amazon wish list to keep track of, because that is an interesting release. Don't know if it's going to be for me or not, but it definitely looks interesting. Let's see if anyone knows anything about it over here. I see your Ben-Hur box set. I have that too. Very nice with the bells and whistles. Exactly. That's 10 Commandments. Ben-Hur's over there. It's an incredible box set. I haven't done a video on it because that made the top 10 list of our top favorite box sets in the video I did with Connor, and he mentioned that one, and he showed off all the stuff inside. It's got some awesome, like, recreations of journals like Charlton Heston's journal and some really cool artifacts like that. So I love that box set. That's one I don't feel the need to ever upgrade to on 4K because I don't think they're ever going to top that. Pop Culture 33. Yeah, Disney made a deal with the government, so his animators were drafted in the army to make the film, so he didn't have lose to war. He only charged all his work for cost. He did not make profit. Wow. Interesting. Dude, we got to talk. You got so much background on Disney that I don't have. So I love talking to you guys. I do this to learn as much as to share because I just love the community here on YouTube, and everyone has a lot of knowledge to share, especially in my comments. I got really smart commenters. I'm very, very blessed with the commenters that I have here. Michael Smith says Radiance is by far the best new distributor. Guy who runs it was at Arrow before. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that. So he's been in boutique for a while. Yeah, I've been liking everything I've been seeing from Radiance. I don't, like I said, have the money to jump on a new label right now. I've got my hands full with Criterion and the little bit that I dabble in other labels, but I was tempted not just by the Italian Trilogy box set they put out, but I think the month before they put out the Hotspot, which is a really crazy, like over the top, fun, kind of neo-noir film starring what's her name? Jennifer Connelly, like a very young Jennifer Connelly. The Hotspot. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a crazy film. I watched it, I think, over the summer, and it was a lot of fun. I'd love to have a nice boutique release of that. And they looks like Radiance put out a really good set. Only place I have seen the Commedia alla Italiana set is their site, unfortunately. So yeah, see that's what I was thinking. I think that's only a Region B release. So maybe they do some stuff Region A, like Arrow. Maybe they do some stuff Region A, and some stuff is only Region B, which is unfortunate because that box set looks amazing. I have the ability to play Region B, so I could still buy it, but it would be nice and more convenient if they released the Region A. Jay Hutch talks too much. Hey, welcome to the stream. First comment of the night. Whenever there is a dead mother, the guy dressed up as a clown is inevitably the first suspect. Very true. Very true. And but he looks like a sad clown, at least. Like maybe he's remorseful. I don't know. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. You know, innocent until proven guilty, even if you're a master paper on Walt Disney, so I geek out on Disney. Wow, that is awesome. That's really cool. I'd love to know what you went to school for, that you were able to make your master paper about Disney. Maybe history? I don't know, maybe film? Maybe you just went to school for film. That's awesome. Any information that you can give me about Disney? I'm a big Disney fan too. Not so much lately. I don't think they're putting out much great stuff lately, but I love the classic Golden Age stuff especially. Brandon's gotta go. Works at 4 a.m. Have a good one. You too. Have a good night. Do not feel obligated to stay. If you gotta run, you gotta run. Wake up early and make the donuts so you can buy more movies. Let's jump back over here, speaking of movies, and see what's coming out this week. So we are right at The Dead Mother and jumping ahead to the Kill Bill films, which we've talked about several times already this stream, but let's go ahead and look at the artwork, even though it is weird that they're putting out these Blu-rays, like we said, but very cool artwork. You've got a nice yellow cover with the bride holding the sword here with the handkerchief on it. And then the Volume 2 cover, again, just a Blu-ray release. Stop kicking me to the top of the page. Here it is, Kill Bill Volume 2, Blu-ray, DVD, and digital from Lionsgate Films, and the cover is symmetrical. It's very similar. It's also got a sword in the same spot. This one is not being held by the bride. This one is, both have these little slits here with Uma Thurman at the top. So I'm sure they look great on the shelf together. Those are ones that even I could put on the shelf together because they both have black spines. But yeah, those are cool. Not sure how excited people are going to be since 4Ks might be coming out soon, but I know there's still a big market for Blu-rays for people who don't care about 4K. So maybe I'm sure those will sell well. Tarantino always sells well. So again, both of those are only $16.99 on Amazon right now for pre-order if you want to pick those up. I got to figure out how to do affiliate links. That would probably be smart. See, if I knew, if I was smarter, I could, probably do a better job of running this channel. But There's no affiliate links. This is just me chatting with you guys and talking about what's coming out. Next, we have another fan favorite release, which I couldn't put in the thumbnail because there was no picture that would fit into my thumbnail scheme, because all they have is this big giant overview picture. So it's a Steelbook box set, which is super cool whenever they do these. I don't have any of these. The only one I have of these, which technically isn't really one, it's kind of, but it is the Avatar Last Airbender set, which is the only Steelbook box set I have, and I love it. I mean, these Steelbooks are really cool. I love all of these because you got the 3 seasons and you got 3 different books. But the only problem with this, the case that they go in, super flimsy cardboard, super cheap, and mine's not damaged yet, but I feel like it could easily be damaged. One drop off the shelf and that corner is just gonna completely smashed. But I do love the look of it. I love that you can rearrange the, because there's a window on the front, so you can rearrange which order you want to put them in, whichever picture, either front and back of either the Steelbook. So you've got 6 different display options on that, which is pretty cool. But this is like an honest to God Steelbook box set, where the box set is like nice. I don't know if it's metal. I've seen these before, but like I said, I don't have any. But it's a full-on box set. It's much more durable and higher quality than this flimsy cardboard thing. But this is the Halloween trilogy, the new trilogy, which I know has a lot of mixed reactions, especially the second 2 movies. I think people like the first one overall, and then I think it goes downhill from there. But it's cool that they've released a trilogy for those of you who like that, or completionists who just want to have the whole series in a nice Steelbook box set. The artwork is amazing on all sides, pretty much. Here's the artwork on the front. You've got Michael there. You've got the artwork on the back with the city street, which looks awesome, like the trick-or-treaters there. And then you've got Lori, and then the house, and then Michael on the actual Steelbooks. So, I mean, it looks incredible, which is good, because even the people who weren't crazy about the films will probably want it just for that artwork certificate of authenticity here. It seems like it's one of only 5,000. I can't really see. It's like smushed, but it's like around 5,000. It's only 4 digits, so not a lot of these things made. So that's probably going to go sell out really quickly and then go for astronomical prices on eBay. But that is 4K and digital and Blu-ray. So you get anything you could possibly want with that trilogy, all included in that beautiful set, including some really nice artwork. I'm not a huge Halloween fan, but if I were, that would definitely be at the top of my radar. Again, no prices listed yet. This is a Best Buy exclusive Steelbook box set. So maybe if I were to go to bestbuy.com, I would see the prices, but I don't have it here, and I don't want to make you guys wait while I go hunt for that. But check out that if you're a big Halloween fan, because that looks really cool. Here we go. Oh, okay. He is American history major. As I get older. I remember when I was a kid, I hated history, but it's grown on me. It's definitely grown on me as I get older. Jay Hutch talks too much. Great channel, by the way. Your videos are always fun to watch. Thank you. I appreciate it, because it is just a tiny little mom and pop shop here. Not even a mom and pop, just a pop. Just me, all by myself, making things happen, except for my lovely guests, which I have on. But yeah, but you know, I can't get as much content up as I want. I got way more ideas going on up here than I actually get out onto the channel, because time is just tough, man. There's just not enough time in the day to take care of 2 kids and do a full-time job, make sure I'm being a good husband to my wife, and then trying to talk to you guys. So the live stream thing is appealing, because I can just talk to you, hit end recording, and then it's just on YouTube. There's no editing. So hopefully I can do a little bit more of this, and hopefully as I do this, I'll get better at talking on camera, and then I won't have to edit as much with my other videos. That's the end goal, and I can get up more videos eventually. But thanks so much for the kind words, Jay. Really appreciate it. I love my audience here. Got a strong following, a small but mighty following that is always so nice and kind in the comments. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Ultron563, I believe the old Blu-rays are out of print, hence why the new release. Oh, that makes, okay. So Ultron's looking at the bright side here, and he says that, I'm assuming he's talking about the Tarantino films. So that makes sense. I mean, yeah, standard Blu-ray re-releases make sense. You got to do that occasionally just to keep things out in the wild and out in print. But I think the thing we're talking about is just releasing it so close to an inevitable 4K release, if that eventually does happen. But what are you gonna do? You can't help it. You got to keep them out there in print. People who want to wait for the 4K can wait for the 4K. People who don't can buy the Blu-rays. Everybody wins. Let me see. Oh yeah, and Ultron also says the cardboard on the Korra set is even worse. Yes, I don't have the Korra set. I never watched that series, but I've seen it, and it's just a really flimsy release, which is unfortunate because I think it deserves a cool release too. I wish they had put the same amount of care into this one as they into that one as they did on this one. That's unfortunate because I know a lot of big fans of the Legend of Korra series. But let's go ahead and jump in to streaming for an hour already. Wow. Oh man, maybe we're not making good time. I thought we were making good time, but time flies. Yellow Jackets season 2. Okay, I don't even know if I want to talk about this. I kind of want to keep this about movies. I guess we can talk about it briefly. I don't even know what this is. What the heck is Yellow Jackets? Showtime show, season 2. I am so out of the loop on TV right now, so I don't even know what this is. It looks kind of cool. Looks kind of like a fantasy, creepy, horror-esque show. But yeah, I just know nothing about television. I'm strictly movies these days. I have no time for television. We've already talked about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It is also getting a Blu-ray release with the exact same artwork. And then it is also getting a second 4K release with the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook that we talked about last week. Not a big fan of this design, but they're still putting them out, at least until the end of this year, when the Disney 100th anniversary is over. But this matches all the ones we talked about last week: The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, the Moana, and there was one more. But yeah, they put out a lot of these last week, these 4K re-releases, and they're doing the same artwork for this one. So if you have them all next to each other, they might look a little better. I just don't like how they look in general by themselves. But that's the exact same 4K. So yeah, there you go. Got the entire look of that one. Then we've got this is getting a release. Okay, so I know this got like a limited edition release last year from was it Umbrella out of Australia that put out a release for this film, but this is I think the first time this is going wide. This is the Walmart No offense to Walmart. Sorry if you love Walmart, but this is so appropriate that this is getting a Walmart exclusive Steelbook limited edition of Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. This is just a standard Blu-ray, but it is a Steelbook that you got to go to Walmart to get. Whoa, that is gruesome, maybe a little too gruesome for YouTube. But yeah, I have no interest in seeing a horror movie that's based on Winnie the Pooh. I think that's just stupid, and I don't like it. But yeah, there you go. It's getting a release, if anyone's excited about it. But that's the front. And same thing, there's the spine included. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Scream Factory's putting that out, so at least it'll be a quality Steelbook. But is it a quality film? Who knows? Ultron 5/6 movie. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. And that's what it looks like. Next up, we've got Jules from 2023, a 2023 very low budget film. It does have a certified fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I thought it was gonna be the director. It says from the producer of Little Miss Sunshine and The Farewell. Both great films. Love both of those movies. I don't own The Farewell, but I do own Little Miss Sunshine. Just watched it again this summer, and it's one of my favorites. It says it's a crowd pleaser. E.T. Oh, okay. So it's a Ben Kingsley movie. Love Ben Kingsley. And it is kind of an alien, not an, or are you supposed to pronounce it like Jules Verne? Who knows? Who's heard of this movie? I haven't heard of this movie. Is this like a Netflix movie or something? Jules. I'll watch Ben Kingsley talk to E.T. for an hour and a half. So like an indie drama sci-fi thing. That sounds cool. Coming to Blu-ray tomorrow, $18 on Amazon. I wonder if that's streaming anywhere where we can check it out beforehand. Not that I have any streaming services these days anyway. Jules. Interesting. The Last Island Blu-ray, next up, is coming out. This is a 1990 film released by Cult Epics, which is a label I've never heard of. But it looks like they use the clear that I get with some of the labels, like Cohen has those, and then also I think some of the UK labels like BFI use similar cases to these. I like these. Island, The Last Place for a New Future. It looks like Lost. Did they make Lost in 1990 and then everyone forgot about it and they just remade it? Because look at that, it's a plane crash. You've got a mixed group of people, not very mixed. They look like they're all white, but they are mixed ages. You've got men, women, youngs, olds. Filmed by Marlene Goris. I've never heard of this, but like I said, it looks like Lost. Are there any polar bears in this? Are there any smoke monsters? Do they find a bunker with Desmond in it? Does Charlie die? I'm giving away everything in Lost. Hopefully everyone has seen Lost at this point. I was a big fan of Lost when it was around, but yeah, it looks cool. I like deserted island movies. Let me know if you've seen The Last Island, because I've never heard of it, but it looks pretty interesting. Next up on the list, again, I don't do TV, but Westworld, all 4 seasons. Looks like just one of those crappy standard slipcover, no artwork box sets that they release for like. Excited about that. Definitely not excited about this. I know some people are. If this is your cup of tea, more power to you. I'm glad you're getting a Steelbook, but it's a 4K Steelbook of Terrifier 2 with some nice boutique looking artwork on the front there. Not my style, not my bag, but if you like watching people be tortured, Terrifier 2 is getting a Cinedigm Steelbook 4K and Blu-ray edition this week, coming out tomorrow. All of these coming out tomorrow. Let me jump over, before I get too far away, to what people are saying in the comments. Michael Smith, surprised it does not say Sir Ben Kingsley. I've heard he insists on people referring to him that way. Well, it's a low budget film. They couldn't fit it on the artwork for the standard Blu-ray. But yeah, that's that's really funny. Ben Kingsley's own E.T., a much without seeing it. I think Ben Kingsley can pull it off. It's like old man E.T. Let me see. Michael Smith, if you're not buffering for anyone else, I guess it is me. It's happening quite a bit. Man, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry, man. It might be you, or like I said, it might be OBS. OBS has been giving me problems lately, which is annoying because YouTube says right here, excellent connection. Got a little green dot, and it says excellent connection, but then it's still buffering. So who knows? Hopefully the recording won't be too bad. Sorry you're dealing with that, Michael. Jay Hutch talks too much. That old lady in the front sitting on the beach is definitely an other. Yes, totally. She's very, very shifty eyes, that old lady in the front. Stephen Murphy says I'm also buffering a little bit. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'll try to do something about that. Maybe if I adjust my OBS settings. I hate to go down to 720p, but I might have to go down to 720p because 1080p my computer might not be able to handle it, which is like a warning on my stream. So it might just be my internet. Maybe Grace is streaming something and that's giving me internet problems. Grace, if you're watching, stop streaming because my stream's going down. Let me see. Hop over here and see what people are saying. Man, okay. Let me take a pause real quick because people are saying the buffering is pretty bad. Oops. Really sorry about that. Hopefully it's salvageable. But Ethan Edwards says his stream is fine. So maybe it is just, maybe I'm getting all worked up over nothing. Who knows? Who knows? You never can tell when you're streaming because everyone's got different internet all over the world. And you never know if it's a you problem or a them problem or something in between. Kevin House is here. Hello all. Sorry, but I just now noticed you were live. Darn it. No worries, Kevin. You're always here supporting me. I really appreciate it. You can always go back and check out the first half on the channel afterwards. But thanks for popping in. We're almost actually a huge week. I thought this wasn't going to be as big as last week, but this, I'm gonna jump ahead to this next one here that I'm very excited about. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a great movie. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, I watched this just a couple years ago and I liked it quite a bit. I was a big fan. I'm a big fan of these kind of 50s horror, nuclear kind of science fiction horror stuff from this era. And this is put out, I don't know if this has a Blu-ray release or not. I don't own this film. I watched it on Criterion Channel a couple years ago, but it's getting a release from Variety Films, which is just a standard Blu-ray release. But what's kind of cool about this is it's a Blu-ray 3D set teaming with 3D extras through the decades. So I don't know, because it would be old. I don't have a 3D TV. I don't know if I have any way to play this, but it is really cool that they're doing this. So it's a Blu-ray 3D and a Blu-ray release. Like I said, it's unfortunate that it's 2 movies. Interesting. Hold the phone here, because I noticed it said 260 minutes. And I know that film is not 260 minutes. So it's 2 films. I don't know what the other film is. It's not really saying. It says Variety Films, 1956, 2 films, 4 hours and 20 minutes. I guess they're just talking about the Blu-ray version and the Blu-ray 3D release, 2 versions of the same film. But it's got a lenticular slipcover. I really want this. This is going on the watch list or the wish list on Amazon. I definitely need to get this because I like the film a lot, and it's just a unusual like anomaly of a release with a 3D version. Unfortunately, it says it's still only available for pre-order. Like there's no way to buy it on Amazon. There's nowhere else. There's no links out. So I don't know if this is Snatchers 3D Blu-ray release. That's really cool. Let me see what else is coming out. That's actually, I think, well, Snow White. I'm excited about Snow White, but that's like the second. I think that's the other thing that I'm most excited about. We're closing in here. So we already talked about Pumpkinhead quite a bit on this stream, if you missed it. But Shout Factory is also putting out an exclusive collector's edition. So they've got the standard release, they've got the Steelbook release, and then they've also got this Shout Factory exclusive collector's edition that includes enamel pin set, poster, prism sticker, and lobby cards. This is a 4K and Blu-ray release. So it's got, interesting, so it's got the standard 4K that we already looked at earlier. Oh, that's the pin. Okay, so that's just the box for the pin. And then there are the lobby cards. So it looks, what does the actual box look like though? Does it just come, it has to come in a different box. This can't just all be free floating around. So yeah, I would like to see what the actual box looks like because it's got to be big enough to include just the standard 4K release in it. That's really cool. So yeah, you're getting all the Pumpkinhead you could want. 3 different releases this month. Some very creepy looking lobby cards. He looks really cool. He's like a pumpkin version of the Ridley Scott Alien. So yeah, lots of Pumpkinhead this month. Collector's edition, which is really cool. I love when they put out that stuff. We've got a Steelbook of 2022's Jeepers Creepers Reborn, another Walmart exclusive Steelbook. Walmart coming in with the horror Steelbooks. Every time I go to Walmart, it looks terrible and desolate, and there's nothing but like really old DVDs. And sometimes they'll do like those re-release slipcover sets, which is like a bunch of different films that have nothing to do with each other and don't make sense to be a part of a set together. I hate those. Don't really like those, but they're getting exclusive Steelbooks, so maybe there's reason to go back into a Walmart. I haven't been to Walmart in forever. But maybe Jeepers Creepers is on the same level as Blood and Honey. Maybe that's why it's getting a Walmart exclusive. I don't know anything about Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I know the original Jeepers Creepers scared the Jesus out of me when I was a little kid. I saw that way too young at like a friend's house, and it really creeped me out. But yeah, Jeepers Creepers Reborn, Walmart exclusive 4K or Blu-ray Steelbook. And I think that's it. I think we can wrap it up there. I don't want to go too long because I am having buffering issues, which is kind of annoying. So we'll have to wrap this up, but there's nothing really left. We've got a 2-movie 4K release, which is Rise of the Beasts and Bumblebee. So the 2 new Transformers movies after the Bay stuff, the original 5, that's just a standard 2-movie collection. Nothing that exciting. And then there is a few more here. The Nighttime Winds, Sanctified, and The Channel, all getting standard Blu-ray releases. Lower budget stuff there at the bottom from recent years, which I'm not very familiar with. Let me jump over to the chat and talk to you guys real quick before we say goodnight. People talking amongst themselves, which is great. Ethan Edwards, the remake from the 70s is also good. I have heard that. I haven't seen the 70s remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I've only seen the 50s version, but I've also heard the 70s is a solid remake, similar to the floppies, but I know it's a remake and another remake that's also good. Those are films that people point to when they say that there actually are good remakes being made, or were being made. Ultron 563, the font on the banner is very funny with how basic it is. I don't remember which one. Oh yeah, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, I don't love that. It's like just a standard serif Times New Roman looking font. It looks pretty bad. Hopefully that's not on the actual release. Hopefully that slipcover doesn't actually look like that. Ethan Edwards says the original had multiple Blu-ray releases on Olive. Okay, that's good to know. I never picked up any Olive films. There's a few that I want. There's what's that film that takes place in Ireland, starring John Wayne? The Quiet Man has an Olive Films release that I really want to get because I love that movie. We watched that on St. Patrick's Day this year, my wife and I, and we thoroughly enjoyed that film. It was incredible, and I really want to get a release of that. And I think there's 2 releases, but I think the better release is from Olive Films. So I'm finally going to get my first Olive Films release when I finally pick that one up. Let me see. Getting amongst themselves. Someone talking to Kevin House, who has a similar, who knows someone also named Kevin House. So that's really cool. Kevin House says Ethan's right. They're both very good. I'm assuming he's talking about the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I've heard that. I really like the 50s version, so maybe I should check out the 70s version. Ethan Edwards also agrees with me that The Quiet Man is great. Great movie. Everybody check out The Quiet Man. If you need a new St. Patrick's, check that one out. It's not really St. Patrick's Day, but it takes place in Ireland. A lot of people drinking Irish whiskey, and it's really fun. It's a great movie. Michael Smith, so they were pretty bare bones, though. Okay. Yeah, I know Olive Films is either completely gone or they don't put out much anymore. So maybe I should just wait until they re-release some of those films that Olive Films had. But I don't know. I kind of like to support those lesser labels, even though it's a little too late at this point. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. We are right around the same time that we were last week, an hour and 20. Real quick, I guess people are talking now. Jay Hutch talks too much. I will do anything to rotate out Darby O'Gill and the Little People at this point. I've never seen that. But it seems like you watch that one every year and you need some new. Dude, check it out. I highly recommend The Quiet Man. Also, if you want to check out Cartoon Saloon's films, I got the Irish Folklore Trilogy back there, which includes Wolfwalkers and The Secret of Kells and Song of the Sea. If you like animated stuff, those are all, they're not, Secret of the Kells, I guess, is the most Irish, but they're all made by an Irish like studio, so they're all technically Irish films, and they're all amazing. So check those out next St. Patrick's Day as well. Ultratron 563. I remember talking about the original in my Cold War class and how it paralleled the McCarthyism that was going on at the time. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. Cold War, all the Cold War science fiction and horror stuff from the 50s. That is like my genre. Edition box set with the booklet and all 4 films. That's high on my list of boutique things to pick up, but it's well over $100 these days. It's well out of print, and I really want it. But yeah, I love that Cold War science fiction stuff. Gus, they had a Quiet Man Olive signature with all special features. Yeah. That's the one I'm talking about. That is the one I'm talking about. It looks good. It's got like a sideways slipcase that it goes into. That is in my eBay wish list right now. I just gotta get the funds to pay for it. Kevin House says, DJ, you have to see Darby O'Gill. It's wonderful. I know. I saw it back when I had Disney Plus. It was streaming there. I just never got around to watching it. It looks great. I know all the practical effects in it look incredible. I just wish I don't know if they have a Disney Movie Club exclusive Blu-ray release of that. I wish they did. If they did, I'd probably just buy it, sight unseen, but they don't have it yet. I'm sure there's a DVD I could pick up. Gus, looks like Kino might be releasing those Olive releases in 4K for some. Oh, Gus, why'd you have to say that? Why'd you have to say that? Now I'm going to be second guessing myself and talk myself out of getting it, because if I buy The Quiet Man on Blu-ray finally for like $25 after I've held off for so long, and then they release the 4K right after, I'm going to be kicking myself and I'm going to be furious. So I don't know. Maybe The Quiet Man is low profile enough that won't be the ones that won't be on the short list to release. Probably not. But who knows? It's me, so it's probably likely to happen, knowing my luck. Jay Hutch says, I do like animated. Great recommendations. Thanks. Highly, highly recommend. I watched all 3 of those at the beginning of this year with my kids, and they're all wonderful films. All right. Gus, yes. Gus says they do have a club exclusive for Darby O'Gill. Okay, I need to add that. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing in the near future, once I get my finances back up, is I'm going to be making an order to Disney Movie Club, because there's a lot of exclusives that I've been holding off on for a while and I want to pick up. I need to get Snow White, obviously. I also need to get the Volume 2 that they put out of the Mickey and Minnie classic shorts. They put out a Volume 2 of that. I still don't have that. And there's just a couple other DMC exclusives that I want to pick up from my childhood, like the original Parent Trap and the remake of Parent Trap. I also like quite a bit, and Grace really loves those, so we're going to pick those up. So we're going to do an order of a lot of DMC exclusives. Maybe I'll add Darby O'Gill to the list, and we can watch that next year. Ethan Edwards says The Quiet Man would look amazing on 4K, as would The Searchers. Any Ford on 4K would be great. I agree with you. I've only seen 3 Ford films, and I've loved every single one of them. So yeah, I'm down. I would absolutely buy a 4K. I just hope it comes out sooner rather than later, because I want to pick that up and maybe watch it again next year. And closing out, Jay Hutch says he just watched his new favorite John Ford today, My Darling Clementine. I think I know that's a Criterion release. I have not seen My Darling Clementine yet, but I think I picked it up recently in that collection that I received. So yeah, that is one I do. It's back there on my shelf. I can see it. So I need to check that one out. I've heard nothing but great things about My Darling Clementine. A friend of mine, Connor's twin brother, actually, I think highly recommended that I check that one out soon. And Grace and I have been watching some Ford recently, and we've loved all of them. So we got to add that one to the list. Thank you for reminding me about that, because I kind of forgot about it. But I've got October films to watch this month, and then I've got, Christmas films to watch after that. So don't know if I'll get to it this year, but I am going to be watching a lot of stuff, especially this month. Like I said, stay tuned for tomorrow or sometime this week. I'm going to be dropping that October first time watch list video that I shot with Grace. We talked about all the films that we want. They're all Criterion films this year, either in the collection or just on the Criterion channel that we're going to be watching through this year in the month of October. So stay tuned. We'll be dropping that video later this week, and I hope you enjoy it. Love to hear your thoughts on our picks. But thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Sorry about the lag issues. That's not really anything I can do about it. It seems like it is a connection thing, so something to do with my Wi-Fi. Blame Xfinity, because they are the problem. But hopefully you're able to hear me through most of this. Hopefully you got something out of it. And if not, I just had a great time talking to you guys and chatting about movies, because that's what I love to do here. That's what we do on this channel. We are Films by Color, and we just talk about movies, and it's always a good time. Thanks so much. Everyone's saying goodbye in the chat. Thank you guys for joining live, and if you're watching after the fact, I'll talk to you in the comments. Until next time, keep collecting, and I'll be back with more content about physical media real soon.